Hello, everybody. Happy Thursday, July 28th. I cannot believe that July is almost over. It's crazy. Okay, so super happy to be here. Thank you all for tuning in, either live or I don't know if I pick a bad time, but most people seem to be watching this on the replay. So hopefully it's still valuable content. Please let me know if it's not. Before, or if there's other stuff that you'd like to hear about, because I'm happy to share whatever you want. But before I jump into talking about branding today, I do want to talk a little bit about a tool that I found. So I am in the Interact community. Interact is a software that allows you to create quizzes and get information and use that as your lead generation. I will look for my for a link to that too. But what I wanted to share with you guys today, and I'll put it in the comments, actually, I'll try and put it on a banner, is I just wanted to let you know. So I found this really cool tool called Fathom.video. So let me go ahead and put that up on the screen here. So it's Fathom.video. I'd love it if you use my invite link. I think I get like points or something. I don't actually know what the points are for yet because I just started using it. But if you are attending a lot of Zoom meetings like a lot of us are and are looking to create transcripts and to do items out of it, it will be your note taker. It's actually pretty cool. I've done it on a couple of meetings yesterday and it worked really well. I was able to flag things as follow-up items and I didn't have to be typing all the time, which was really nice. It's got a little bit of follow-up that I need to do to make the notes a little bit better for me to understand and to work on those, but it's pretty cool stuff. So I just thought I would let you know about that. And then, so anyway, so I was in this Interact meeting, which was really cool. And we were talking about this quiz that I'm building. So hopefully you guys will take it and help me out and let me know what you think as soon as it's done, which will hopefully be next week. But we were talking about it and someone was taking notes on their section using this Fathom.video. And it was just really cool. They really recommended it. Just a little new thing. It's newer out there. It's free. Free is always cool. So again, be sure to check out fathom.video. And then that's my personal invite code, which I'll make sure is in the comments in Facebook and LinkedIn too for you guys. Okay. So today we're talking about branding. And I think a lot of people get confused with what branding is. So branding is at its basic is that brand identity, the fonts, the logo, your colors, things like that. For those of you that use Canva, I know a friend of mine, Brenda Cadman, who is a Canva expert, Canva certified pro, something along those lines. It just changed titles. Anyway, Brenda recommends that you always set up, you go for the paid version of Canva because it's not that expensive. And then you set up the brand kit with all your fonts and colors and things like that. So that'll make it easy to personalize anything that you're creating inside of Canva. So that's a little just pro tip. It's more than that though. Branding is really who you are. It's consistency. It's your photos, it's your images. Do you display things with pictures or are you more showing things with icons? That style, and again, you can mix and match to a point, but it's that style, it's that ability for people to recognize your brand from far away. It's scrolling through Instagram and knowing that a post is from a certain company or a certain person, right? Because it's got their style to it, that brand identity. Most people think of branding as just the piece that identifies who you are. The logo, the colors, the fonts, those things. For me and so many others of you out there, whether it is the company brand or your personal brand, it's a lot more. So I want you to think about Nike, right? If Nike was to build a hotel, or if you prefer Patagonia, Think of, or Coca-Cola, if they were to build a hotel, you could see it in your mind right now, right? That's pretty cool because their brand identity and the experience that they want you to have is so clear that you know exactly what that experience would be like, right? You could already see it in your head and it would be pretty cool. When you are thinking about like Hilton or Marriott, what would their shoes be like if you went to the Nike? Or what would their jacket be like if you went down Patagonia's route? Can't picture that quite as easily, right? They don't have quite that strength of brand identity with people as to who they are. Now, don't get me wrong, people are loyal to Marriott, Hilton, etc., and their individual chains, whether it's Spring Hill Suites or Embassy Suites or the JW, and Ritz-Carlton and the JW, they have a reputation of a certain level of service and things like that. And that tells you a little bit about that experience, but it's not to the same level as some of those other companies and the experiences that they provide, right? So I want you to think about that and think about really who your brand is. That's branding, right? Capgemini did a study recently where it was found that those people who have a connection and feel connected to a brand spend 2 times as much on that brand as people that don't feel that connection. Connecting is key, right? So something I want you to think about is, are you giving yourself an identity? Whether it's your personal brand or your company's brand, I want you to think about what that identity is. Now, part of my identity is helping others. And as I was preparing for this, I was writing down some notes this morning. And sharing knowledge and information is a key part of who I am. And as much to my husband's dismay, as he regularly says, I run a nonprofit, not a for-profit company. But much to my husband's dismay, I would rather help somebody out with information than make a dollar off of them. Again, I'd love to share. I love to give away as much as I can to help people grow their businesses. That's part of my brand. That's part of the experience that you get with me, is this sharing of information. And I'm super excited because I love it when it's reiterated to me that it works. So I got a call from someone I have a meeting with tomorrow, and they said, hey, this group came to me. They have a couple of things that they want me to look at. I'm just uneasy about it. I like the direction. I like the idea. Just not sure it's the right fit for my company and if it's going to do anything for me. And I'm like, well, I think his gut's in the right place. But he came to me on it and he's like, well, I'll pay you for consulting for it. And I was like, I'll just look at the proposal that they sent, because there's options in there that I do believe might be able to help his business, but some of the communication isn't necessarily the right fit. But that's awesome, right? That he knew that I would give him an honest and open answer, that he called me. Super excited. I love it when the brand building that I do gets the results that I want, which is people reaching out and asking questions that they might be a little bit uneasy about. And I love that. So let's talk a little bit about brand identity and how do you build that so that people know who you are and what you're doing. First, you want to start with your values. Your brand identity is made up of your values, the way you communicate, and how you want people to feel. I want people to feel comfortable to reach out to me, whether it's Facebook Messenger or if it's a phone call or a text, or an email. I want people to feel comfortable to ask those questions, right? That's what's really important to me. And so that's a key value, is helping others, doing more with less all the time, and really getting people to where they need to go. How do I communicate? Well, hopefully you see that I'm open and honest and straightforward, and that's what I try to do. I try to add in a little bit of humor. Try to be casual and approachable. That's part of who I am as a brand and what KendraCorman.com is. Then beyond brand identity, so we've got the logos and everything like that. Then we have your brand identity, and then we have your brand trust. You want people to trust you, right? I think I saw a number the other day, 25% of people trust large corporations. That's it. It's not a lot. So I want you to think about, if you want people to trust you, you need to create that. You create that by being consistent, by sharing knowledge, by giving things away where you can, right? So you can't give everything away. I get it. But you can give a lot away. You can share your knowledge. People will still hire you because they don't have enough time to necessarily do exactly what you do for them, right? So that's some things to do about. So think about. So what I want you to do is think about a couple of things. I've got 4 main things I want you to think about for your brand in this order. Number 1, your target audience. Who is your target audience? What are they doing? How are they using different channels? Today in my email, that's coming out at 2:00 this afternoon, I'm talking about your target audience and questions that you can ask people to better understand your target audience. So again, think about how they're using communication channels, what communication channels they're using. They're spending time online. Have they deleted all of their social profiles? I just talked to like 5 people that deleted their social profiles. And they're like, well, I can't see the business page. And I was like, yeah, because you deleted your profile. So, but their customers are still online. But does that mean my customers aren't online? Are they looking in Facebook groups only and skipping their feed? Are they going to YouTube instead of another channel because they're tired of the drama on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, whatever? So that's really important. Then I want you to establish your mission, your vision, things like that. Those values is number 3. If you're having problems with your mission and vision, HubSpot's got a really great resource. I should try and pull that up really quick. So HubSpot, mission and vision. So HubSpot's got a really good, they've got a couple different handouts, but they've got a really good 27 mission and vision statement examples that will inspire your buyers. And they actually have 100 mission statement examples and templates for you in a download. So again, I'll post this in the comments so that hopefully you guys can see it. And I'll pull it up. But I just Google HubSpot, and then I'll look up, like, search mission and vision, and it'll come up. But this is our really good one that shows you a lot of different mission statements. They'll talk about what is a mission statement, mission versus vision, which I think is always good to get straight, the best mission statement examples and the best vision statement examples. And then again, they've got a whole download that you can get that's got 100 of them. I think it's really valuable information. So they've got a really good tool there. I thought I would share that. Okay. Then I want you to do your values. They need to be defined. What are your company values? Again, one of mine is helping others and others doing more with less. I always want to give people the best deal that I possibly can, because marketing can be expensive. The tools are expensive. The expertise is expensive. The person executing it can get expensive. All of it can add up. And not everybody has that big of a budget, right? To do that. And then, of course, last but not least is the look and feel of your brand. That's 4th out of 4 when you're prioritizing your brand. It's important. It's very important. But you need to be thinking about who you are and what you're sharing before you start going with anything else. So again, at its basics, branding is logo, fonts, colors, things like that. And again, if you're looking for a great free design tool, Canva is fantastic, and it'll allow you to integrate some great features. And if you want to talk to me about Brenda Cadman or her group on how to use Canva, let me know. I'll be happy to connect you. But again, your brand identity is just as, if not more important. You can talk the talk, but if you're not walking the walk, then it's not going to match up. And that disconnect is going to go through people's filter and be like, what? No, that doesn't make any sense. So again, I want you to think about your brand values, your brand mission, who you want to be. What kind of experience do you want people to have when they interact with you? Again, whether it's personal or professional, you definitely want people to interact with your brand. So again, think about it. I'd love to hear what you have to say and any comments that you might have, or what are your vision and missions? Let me know in the comments. And if you're watching the replay, let me know there too. I would love to hear more from you. And then of course, I'd love it if you would check out my podcast, Imperfect Marketing, imperfectmarketing.kendracorman.com. If you're new here, check it out. Let me know what you think. It's available on iTunes, Spotify, all the regular Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, anywhere you're listening to podcasts, it's available. I'd love to hear what you have to say. I release 2 podcasts a week. One is about 5 minutes each, and that's an Imperfect Marketing Brief, where I just give you some highlights of some tips related to a marketing issue, usually ones that I've been asked questions about recently, so that it's relevant and timely for you. And then I usually interview either a business owner or a marketing expert or a mindset expert to help us get your business to the next level, talking about their expertise. This week, I interviewed Charlotte from A Place for You. So she's a senior placement advisor who's built 2 successful companies, one of which she sold and moved on. So just a lot of great things that we've got to share with you. So hopefully you'll see those. Let me know what you think. I'd love to hear. And if you have any questions, again, feel free to reach out. I'd love to chat with you. And then I'll make sure that I get you guys the links in the comments for the different things I was sharing today. Thank you so much and have a great rest of your day.